Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Whoever want to read the glories of the Ekadasi, please raise your hand. Harita Mataji, you can start.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, dear devotees. I wish you all a happy Ekadashi. It's Saphala Ekadasi. So let us read. Yudhishthir Maharaj said, "O my dear Lord Sri Krishna, what is the name of that Ekadashi that occurs during the dark fortnight of the month of Pausha, December to January? How is it observed, and which deity is to be worshipped on that sacred day? Please narrate these details to me fully so that I may understand, O Janardana." The Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna then replied, "O best of the kings, because you desire to hear, I shall fully describe to you the glories of the Pausha Krishna Ekadashi. I do not I do not become as pleased by sacrifice or charity as I do by my devotees' observance of a full fast on Ekadashi. To the best of one's ability, therefore, one should fast on Ekadashi, the day of Lord Hari. O Yudhishthira, I urge you to hear with undivided intelligence the glories of Pausha Krishna Ekadashi, which falls on a Dwadashi. As I explained previously, one should not differentiate among the many Ekadashis. O king, to benefit humanity at large, I shall now describe to you the process of observing Pausha Krishna Ekadashi. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Shushmita Mataji, please continue reading.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Pausha Krishna Ekadasi is also known as Saphala Ekadasi. On this sacred day, one should worship Lord Narayana, for he is its ruling duty. One should do so by follow the previously described method of fasting. Just as among snakes, Sesanaga is the best, and among birds, Garuda is the best. Among sacrifices, the Aswamedha Yajna is the best. Among rivers, Mother Ganges is the best. Among gods, Lord Vishnu is best. And among two-legged beings, the Brahmins are best. So, amongst all fasting days, Ekadasi is by far the best. O foremost of kings, who took your birth in the Bharata dynasty, whoever strictly observed Ekadasi becomes very dear to me and indeed worshipable by me in every way. Now please listen as I describe the process for observing Saphala Ekadasi. On Saphala Ekadasi, my devotees should worship me by offering me fresh fruits according to time, place, and circumstance, and by meditating on me as the all auspicious Supreme Personality of Godhead. He should offer me jam, jambira fruit, pomegranate, betel nut, and leaves, coconut, guava, varieties of nuts, cloves, mangoes, and different kinds of aromatic spices. He should also offer me incense and bright ghee lamps, for such an offering of lamps on Saphala Ekadasi is especially glorious. The devotees should try to stay awake the Ekadasi night. Now, please hear. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Please continue. Now, please hear.
Now please hear with undivided attention as I tell you how much merit one gets if he fasts and remains awake throughout the entire night, singing and chanting the glories of Narayana. O best of kings, there is no sacrifice or pilgrimage that yields merit that is equal to or better than the merit one gains by fasting on the Safla Ekadashi. Such fasting, particularly if one can remain awake and alert the entire night long, bestows the same merit upon the faithful devotee as the performance of austerity for 5,000 earthly years. O Lion among the kings, please hear from me the glorious history that made this divine Ekadashi famous. Once there was a city called Champavati, which was ruled by the saintly king Mahishmata. He had four sons, the eldest of whom, Lumpaka, always engaged in all manner of very sinful activities, illicit sexual encounters with the wives of others, gambling, and continual association with known prostitutes. His evil deeds gradually reduced the wealth of his father, King Mahishmata. Lampaka also became very critical of the numerous devas, the empowered universal attendants of the Lord, as well as towards the Brahmins, and every day he would go out of his way to blaspheme the Vaishnavas. At last, King Mahashmata, seeing the unrepentant, brazen, fallen condition of his son, exiled him to the forest. Out of fear of the king, even compassionate relatives didn't come out to Lampaka's defense. So angry was the king towards his son, and so sinful was the Lampaka, bewildered in
Thank you,
his
Mataji.
exile.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
I will
Krishna.
be here. Okay, thank you. Bewildered in his exile, the fallen and rejected Lumpaka thought to himself, my father has sent me away, and even my kingsmen do not raise but a finger in objection. What I am to do now? He schemed sinfully and thought, I shall snake back to the city under the cover of darkness and plunder its wealth during the day, and I shall stay in the forest. And as night returns, so shall I to the city. So thinking, the sinful Lumpaka entered the darkness of forest. He killed many animals by day and by night. He stolen all manner of valuable items from the city. The city dwelling folk appearance with him several times, but out of fear of the king, they left him alone. They thought to themselves that it must have been the accumulated sins of Lumpaka's previous birth that had forced him to act in such a way that he lost his royal facility and become to the act of sinfully, like a common selfish thief. Though a meat eater, Lumpaka would also eat the fruits every day. Okay, someone else raised hand. Yeah, Vardhana Mataji. 1 second, I will pull it, Mataji, up. Yeah, go ahead.
He resided under an old banyan tree that, unknown to him, happened to be very dear to Lord Vasudeva. Indeed, many worshipped as the demigod, representative, departmental head of all the trees in the forest. In due course of time, while Lumpaka was doing so many sinful and con- condemnable activities, the Saphala Ekadasi arrived. On the eve of the Ekadasi, Dasami, Lumpaka has had to pass the entire night without sleep because of severe cold that he felt due to his scanty bedclothes bedding. The cold not only robbed him of all the peace but almost of his very life. By the time the sun rose, near dead, his teeth chattering and near comatose. In fact, all that Ekadasi morning, he remained in that suptar and could not awaken out of his near comatose condition. When midday of the Saphala Ekadasi arrived, the sinful Lumpaka finally came to and managed to rise up from his place under the banyan tree. But with every step he took, he stumbled and fell to the ground. Like a like a lame man, he walked slowly and hesitantly, suffering greatly from hunger and thirst in the midst of the jungle. So weak was Lumpaka that he couldn't even concentrate for nor muster strength to go and kill even a single animal that whole day. Instead, he was reduced to collecting whatever fruits has fallen to the ground of their own accord. By the time he returned to his banyan tree home, the sun has set.
Thank you, Mataji. Aditi, Mataji, continue from here. I'm pulling it up.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let's scroll up a little bit, Mataji. Thank you. Okay. Okay, Hare Krishna. Placing the fruits on the ground next to him of the base on the second banyan tree, Lumpaka began to cry out, "Oh, woe is me! What should I do? Dear Father, what is to become of me? O Sri Hari, please be merciful to me and accept these fruits as an offering." Again, he was forced to lie awake the whole night without sleep. But in the meantime, the all merciful Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord, Madhusudana had become pleased with Lumpaka's humble offerings of forest fruits, and he accepted them. Lumpakana had unwillingly observed a full Ekadashi fast, and by the merit he reaped on the day, he regained his king with no further obstacles. Listen, O Yudhishthira, to what happened to the son of King Mahishmata when but a fragment of the merit sprouted off within his heart. As the sun beautifully rose in the sky on the day following Ekadashi, a handsome horse approached Lumpaka as if seeking him out and stood next to him. At the same time, a voice suddenly boomed out from the clear blue sky, saying, "This horse is for you. Lumpaka, mount it and ride swiftly out of this." One sec, my glasses. Let me wear my glasses. Sorry about it. "Forest to greet your family, O son of King Mahismatma, by the mercy of Supreme Lord Vasudeva and the strength of the merit you acquired by observing Saphala Ekadashi, your kingdom will be returned to you without any further hindrances. Such is the benefit you have gained by fasting on this auspicious of days. Go on to you, Father, and enjoy your rightful place in the dynasty."
Thank you,
Upon
Mataji.
hearing
Thank
this,
you, Mataji. Aditi, Mataji. Thank you.
okay,
Is
Hare
there
Krishna.
anybody who would like to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Go ahead, Mataji.
Upon hearing these celestial words resounding from above, Numpaka mounted the horse and rode back to the city of Champavati. By the merit he had acquired by fasting on Saphala Ekadashi, he had become a handsome prince once more and was able to absorb his mind in the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari. In other words, he had become my pure devotee. Lumpaka offered his father, King Mahishmata, his humble obeisances and once more accepted his princely responsibilities. Seeing his son so decorated with Vaishnava ornaments and tilak, Udvara Pundra, King Mahishmata, gave him the kingdom, and Lumpaka ruled uh, unopposed for many, many years. Whenever the Ekadashi come, he worshipped the Supreme Lord Narayan with great devotion. And by the mercy of Sri Krishna, he obtained a beautiful wife and a fine son. In old age, Lumpanka handed his kingdom over to his son, just as his own father, King Mahishmata, had handed it over to him. Lumpaka then went to the forest to dedicate his concentrate attention to gratefully serve the Supreme Lord with controlled mind and senses.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mataji. Is
Thank
there
you, Hare
anybody who
Krishna
would like to read?
Mataji.
Can I
There
read
is
Mataji?
one paragraph. Yeah, please go ahead.
Purified of all material desires, he left his old material body and returned back to home, back to Godhead, attaining a place near the lotus feet of his worshipful Lord Shri Krishna. O Yudhishthira, One who approaches me as Lumpaka did will become completely free of lamentation and anxiety. Indeed, anyone who properly observes this glorious Saphala Ekadashi, even unknowingly, like Lumpaka, will become famous in the world. He will become perfectly liberated at death and return to the spiritual abode of Vaikuntha. Of this there is no doubt. Moreover, one who simply hears the glories of Sapala Ekadashi obtains the same merit derived by one who performs a Ratsuya Yagya, and at a very least he goes to the heaven in his next birth. So where is the loss? Thus end the narration of glorious of Pushah Krishna Ekadashi or Sapala Ekadashi from the Bhavishya Uttara Purana. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to all.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for staying extra time and reading these glories. Very grateful to everyone. Thank you and happy Ekadasi. We'll close the call here. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhu
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय
नवरंग
श्री
की
कृष्ण
जय,
की जय।
जय
की
simple
जय,
devotees की
जय
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 जय।
Happy Ekadashi to